All right, so today I want to talk about very briefly on this concept of sprinting the hills. And it was one of the biggest life lessons I've learned to date in my career, in my personal and my professional life. I learned this throughout my time playing college baseball, and it was actually from one of our assistant coaches that was also playing in the minor leagues at the time. We had one of our conditioning courses that was essentially a nature park run, through the woods, and it was very hilly, very windy, and I usually found myself and worked hard to be near the front of that pack, but one day when he ran with us, he blew me away. I ended up beating me by about by several hundred yards. And so we got done. I asked him, like, how did you were nowhere in sight most of that run. How did you come up so fast and approach me so fast at the end there? And his advice to me was that he sprinted the hills. I kind of sat on that for a minute, and I'm like, so what do you mean? The hills are the hardest part. Why would you sprint those? And he said, well, most people, whether they mean to or not, they slow down when they go to the hills. If you apply the same amount of effort you've been applying on the flat ground, you're going to naturally slow down on the hills. You can think about it in the same way as when you're driving your car up a hill. If you keep your foot on the same spot on the accelerator, you'll naturally begin to slow down, so you have to compress the accelerator more in order to compensate. The same could be applied to running, and that's what he focused on. So when those moments where people would either exert a little bit more effort to keep at the same pace, or exert the same effort and end up slowing down, he would go above and beyond and exert more effort in order to really accelerate going up those hills. And this would allow him to catch and pass people at much faster rates than if he would just focus on the flat ground. So the light bulb kind of went off at that point, and that really clicked. And I began to apply that concept to the rest of my life, professional and personally. I'm in medical school right now. I look for those moments where we're going to be facing those really big challenges and those really difficult situations, and I really begin to focus my efforts and attentions even more so in those moments, so that at the worst, I'm keeping up with the pace. I'm exerting more effort to keep up with the pace going up the hill, but I do my best so that I'm actually accelerating up that hill, and that could really differentiate yourself and set you apart from your peers. You can apply it to your personal life as well, and relationships, whereas if you see a difficult moment, or you realize you're in a difficult moment, and then you apply the same amount of effort as you would normally, you may have unintended or bad outcomes. But if you put a little bit more emphasis and a little bit more effort in those difficult moments when you're going through those tough patches up those hills, and you've got more resistance against you, and you really focus on them, I think you'll find that you'll really get the results and the outcomes that you desire. So I hope this helps a little bit, at least something else to think about. Thanks, and have a great day.